Okay, it's our first Save Saturday. Now, financial saving, being thrifty, has always been really important to me. I think it's because I think I grew up poorer than I thought I did. I mean, I always had a job. I always made money by selling things, or I had a giant paper route at the end of my living under my parents' roof kind of thing until I moved out. And I basically bought whatever I wanted. But I think I thought that we were more well off than we were because my mother kind of had taste. So things looked nicer than yes, so I felt like, but we probably were really poor. Anyway, that's kind of where this stuff comes. That's why I like wood and old pottery. Now I lived around the world more than she did, so I think my taste has is broader and evolved more because I have seen more of the world. Well, I don't know. I've seen more. That's a strange thing to say. Anyway, it's a different time. I'm a different person. But I was always when I was deciding what I was going to do with my life, consumer or I always was. What am I saying? 'Cause I'm not even hearing myself speak. We gotta look at it. We gotta talk about ADHD and me coping with the way that my brain operates in another video. But because I am doing this without editing, this is what you're getting. And I love doing it this way, and it's honest. But okay, so when I was growing up and I was a kid, I gotta relax. First of all, that's gonna help. I was obsessed with watchdog marketing TV shows. And it's probably because I had to be thrifty, and I knew that I was paying for the things that I wanted, and I was responsible for getting what I wanted. And I mean, I was obsessed, and I loved them, and I thought around those times, whenever I would think, what do you want to do with your life? What are you going to do? I mean, besides being a model or rock star and those crazy dream things, I I thought I would want to do like marketing television, like watchdog marketing television, or anything thrifty. And I mean, to this day, I still do that. I wonder though if I was ever, would I care? Would I still buy in bulk? Would I do those things? Now, Save Saturday, I mean, I guess how I will fill up a video about this topic is what did I buy this week and what did I get rid of, which is super pertinent because I have to move out of here. So I have to get rid of basically everything. So I have to like shoot for the stars and say that I'm getting rid of everything, kind of like my diet, and say that I never eat this and never eat that. I have to say and be say these extreme statements, even though of course I will slip up maybe 2% of the time, but I have to get rid of everything. I really do, because there's no other option. I can't move. The thing is, I don't have, because I am so able to survive on so little. I've never driven. I don't have a car. I don't have those expenses. Never took a student loan because I used my paper money to pay for my paper route money to pay until that ran out, and then I started working. My paper route money got me through college. Um, then, okay, so now I also grew up in a community where it's so great. I grew up in a community where some rich man died and he left the children of the community full scholarships to the school of whatever school they get into, which is insane. But I didn't really take advantage of that, and also by the time that it was applicable to me, they used to pay for everything. They used to pay for housing and in the golden years. But by the time it got around to me, like they were giving it to adults or anybody who wanted to better themselves or get some sort of education, which was probably not very many people because it was a small kind of fishing community that I grew up in. But yeah, so I did like a year of college. That's all that was enough school for me. Uh, oh yeah, so it was used. I think they used to pay for like they would have paid for like your lodging or wherever you wanted to go. But by the time it was just the tuition, and tuition's not the like, at least in Canada, or at least during my period. Now it probably tuition is horrendous, but it was just starting to be. It wasn't the main expense of going to university or college. The cost of living while you're going to university and college was the giant expense. I don't know if that's changed. I think probably schools do charge way too much now. And I've never been a condoner for school, unless, of course, you want to be a doctor or lawyer, which I probably should have been a lawyer, but I can't because of I can't read. This ADHD thing, which I don't like to say because I don't believe in any of these titles. People have had these things before they had titles and names, but I've been hearing people talk, and when they say the symptoms, and I mean, I definitely have that and dyslexia and all of these things. But I'm not taking. I don't know if people take medication for that stuff. I'm anti medication, and we will talk about that in other videos too. Today we're talking about saving. Can I get on the saving wagon? So I am super thrifty. I like finding diamonds in the rough, and I like that. But I haven't bought anything. So the only thing that I think I bought this week, I'm sure I bought others. I can't. I don't know. I have to go to the post office to sell things. I'm selling stuff on eBay. I'm doing the best I can, the fastest I can. But I went to all these stores, and I was started to say this in the last video. I felt sick. Like, I felt sick to my stomach and so guilty. Like, I should be home selling, and because I dropped off the packages and I was around all kinds of stores. But I felt gross inside. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be looking at stuff like this. I like there were stores that I like to frequent that were right next door. There was a thrift store. I mean, I bought a hanger. I bought lots of hangers. I'm actually looking at these. I'm not even thinking about saving these anymore. These were in the bag with the other hanger, the $2 hanger that I bought. But I collect those hangers, and I always collect those hangers. And there's also something about the warmth of buying it. Oh, that's the fact that I just said that. Shopping addiction. We can also talk about that on Save Saturday. But there was this bit of joy, and it was probably worth the price of the $2.20 some cents that the hanger cost. So I don't feel extremely guilt. Like, it's like there were some of this pottery, and when I look at this and the stuff that I am going to save, I mean, I did it was more like these, and I don't know if those are worth more or they're more valuable, but I did find one of those it was $2.20 some cents again, and like, they look fine together, but they can be from turn of the century. Some of them are from the 1800s and stuff. So I think that's awesome, and that's what I really, really love. But I guess I would get rid of those ones. These two are really special to me, that I stole out of somebody's cart in a thrift store when they were turned around because I really wanted them. I told that story on here before. This is my favorite one, and it's tiny little things. This is the perfect color. I mean, maybe I like the small ones. I'd probably get huge ones if I was a millionaire, had a big house. You can get them huge Crocs. Anyway, I like Pioneer ceramics because, I don't know, I like that old world Canadiana thing. Some other ones would I save though? I'm not sure those ones are as valuable. But I mean, I just love the earth colors and stuff, and it's really important to me. And I guess that goes back to the 70s and being grown up with wood and ceramics around me. That might have something to do with it, but I'm just a nature person at heart, and that's what I like the most. Now, so the only thing that I bought are, I really have to do a huge vacuum and mopping a mopping of the floors, especially in the bathroom. And I guess we'll get into me having one day having my food in my bathroom. I have a kitchen. It's run down more than it's too run down, and I just rather, even though my bathroom is pretty run down too, but I just like to be contained, and I'm pretty sure I could live in solitary confinement because I like to be that way. I don't understand when I hear people struggling to be by themselves. I can be locked in my room for days, and what's up with that? Why? I mean, I have this, and especially when I have this, and especially when I'm doing this, this is so healthy. If I have this is so healthy. I don't know how healthy it is, but it really helps. Like if I have a problem and I come on here and I just spill it out. I mean, after I do it, you guys are always giving me solutions, say don't do that or don't but I've already solved the problem. Like I got it off my chest. So as soon as I come here and let it come out of my mouth, it doesn't feel so bad anymore. It's gone. So, I mean, that's therapeutic. That's great that I can do that. I like wearing my hat. This is so good because I have been struggling with my hair, and when I put my hat on my hair, we love tangents here. I don't like how this looks. This is completely ADHD. We have to look into this and discover this cable isn't. I mean, it's black, so it's like industrial, and it's kind of. I mean, I chose the black one on purpose, and that's the one I use. Pioneer antique stuff behind me. Wooden toilet seats are always important to me. That is something that I will invest in every time I move in. I usually buy a wooden toilet seat to put onto the new toilet of my home. Okay, so potatoes were on sale for $1.89. So 10 pounds. It takes me, that's 3 meals in a bag, so that's 3 pounds of potatoes I eat in, basically, I guess, you have to peel some off. I try not to peel. I prefer russet. Those are my favorite. I think white potatoes upset my stomach, but I buy, and sometimes potatoes are $6, and sometimes they're $1.80 something, and when they're $1.80 something, I like to buy as many bags as possible. They do start to grow eyes, and the skin doesn't look as good after they've been around a while. So, I mean, it is kind of good to buy. Ideally, I would buy a fresh bag whenever I needed one, but that means I would have to go to the grocery store every 3 days. And I operate without a refrigerator. There's one downstairs, but it's not in the best shape. Other people use it. I don't have control over it, so I prefer to live this way. And you know what? We'll talk about this on the mukbang days and the Tuesdays where I'm showing you how I make my food and what I prepare, because that's Tutorial Tuesday and Mukbang Monday. But I love what I'm eating right now. Like, I can eat it every day, and I eat it every day. So the other thing I do is I buy in bulk, which is not something that minimalists support, but I think it's the most minimalist thing you can do, considering I just buy the same things. So, pineapple, which I try to get it on sale, and I'll buy lots of it, but I'll buy lots of it anyway. When I buy it, I buy lots, but I wait to have a coupon. So the grocery store that I use in Canada is called, it's a Loblaws division. I go to No Frills because it's the closest one, and also probably the thriftiest, cheapest one of all of the the stores that they have the Superstore and Loblaws and No Frills, and they're all under the same umbrella, and they all have these President's Choice and no-name products. The no-name products are the cheapest, but I eat whole foods and try to unprocessed. I mean, this is in a can, so it's probably, yeah, I guess it has to be boiled to be put in a can. They have to pasteurize it to can a good, but so that part's not good, but it's in its own juices, so it's one of the, I mean, I don't know what they do in the States, but for most part here they put fruit into light syrup, which is sugar, but pineapple is just put in its own pineapple juices, I guess, from when they're cutting up a pineapple, all this juice runs off, and then that's what they soak the pineapple in. So I just put that in oatmeal. We'll do that recipe. So oatmeal and pineapple and potatoes, and I probably have 1 can of potatoes a day. And I do intermittent fasting, I guess you would call it, because I just have one meal. I probably eat for 5 hours straight, though, which is insane. But like, I'm cooking the potatoes, and while I'm cooking the potatoes, I might be so hungry that I do have the pineapple and oatmeal before that, but I like to have it as a dessert after potatoes, but usually it doesn't work out that way because I'm so hungry that I start eating that while the potatoes are baking. And I just bake the potatoes. That's how I make that's, I guess, because I make fries. Who doesn't like potato wedges? Like old-fashioned French fries. Every single day, potatoes. Carb, 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 carbs. I'm probably one of the thinnest I've ever been in my entire life, which is crazy because, I believed in the keto stuff, but it's totally a lie. Just eat unprocessed foods. We'll talk about that more on... Wow, this lighting is super bright. There is something that I splurge, and I've really gone crazy with it lately, though, and it's canned baba ganoush. I mean, canned goods. In an ideal world, if I had money, I would be eating frozen, because it's easy to store and buy in bulk. I would buy frozen organic. I believe in organics. I believe it has more nutrition. I believe in not using pesticides and all of that stuff. These aren't possibilities for me right now. I mean, I should make it a possibility. But baba ganoush, this is more expensive. This is 2 something, and I have been adding to this meal every day. I just really love how the potato wedges taste dipped into this, and I can't get over it, and it just makes eating so much more delicious and enjoyable. But I mean, potatoes are amazing. Like, most people can have potatoes every day, but normally I will just put mustard on it. It's cheaper to buy this mustard at the dollar store, and again, I check the ingredients to see if there's any preservatives, and this one is just mustard and vinegar. Now, white vinegar, I prefer to use apple cider vinegar, which I always buy organic, and it's raw, so it's got the mother in it, so that means it's not pasteurized. So that is something that I do splurge on, but I put this on my skin, and we'll talk about that more in Tutorial Tuesday. But I do spend more money on this organic apple cider vinegar. I used to do it for coconut oil, but recently I've been buying the regular coconut oil because you can get a lot more. And I think at my store they offer this one. So, and it is debatable that they do just put different packaging on the organic one, and maybe it might be all organic. But I buy this and I put this on my skin, and I also use it because popcorn. And at the end of I have the potatoes, I have the pineapple. So I'm spending more money than I should. The potatoes with the baba ganoush, and then the pineapple with the oatmeal, and I put cinnamon and stuff. So I had a coupon recently to buy spices, so I bought as much and also, if you spend $100, sometimes you'll get $10 back. So I do stuff like that too, because I have to buy this food anyway, so I might as well stock up. You get the points for buying the cinnamon, you get the points for making the large purchase, and I can lock myself in my house for 5 consecutive days. Well, no, because I have to take parcels to the post office. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to be very good about this, is I'm not going to go to any of the other stores. I'm going to go directly to the post office. Can I do that? Just saying that gave me... I can not go to the thrift stores, I think, even though I don't want to miss out on... Oh, yeah, gee. Holy shopping addiction. My body looks good right now. Like this. I can't say that very often. That's why when something like that happens, I have to say it out loud. It is all lighting and shadow. Look how good my skin is. And actually, I probably look really old and pale because of this weird ass lighting. So I should, like, this is $2 and I don't know how much exactly it is. $2, under $2.50. Oh, is it 2.60? I don't remember. Okay, so we'll have to round that up to, hummus. Oh, they make hummus, which is only $1.50, and it doesn't taste as good. When I add the apple cider vinegar to it and stir it up, and then add some like onion flakes to it. Again, I do buy lots of I try different spices and ones that I know are good for you and good to add, like rosemary. It has lots of benefits, and cinnamon has lots of benefits. So I put the cinnamon in with the pineapple and the oatmeal. By the way, I didn't notice that. I guess we'll talk about that on Tutorial Tuesday. But the baba ganoush adds to my meal an extra. So let's say potatoes, $3. That's still a lot of money, because you're paying, like, if potatoes I never buy the $6 potatoes though. Okay, so let's say the most I pay for a bag of potatoes are four. I don't know. I can't divide 3 into 4. Let's say that they're 3. I actually probably try to not buy potatoes unless they are $3 or below, to be honest with you, but I have to. And then sometimes I've been buying bread when it's like sometimes they have bread at the Dollar Tree, which is what I wanted to... Did I say that about this mustard? And this mustard. I got this... I haven't tried regular mustard, but instead of using the baba ganoush, should use the $1.50 mustard, and I'm not going to use the whole bottle, obviously. This is going to be divided into 6 times on the potatoes. So that's a lot more economical, but I'm loving the baba ganoush and the potato wedges. And then there's hot chocolate, that just chocolate in, and I buy stevia to sweeten that, that's very expensive, but a little goes a long way. And yeah, I guess I spend a lot. I mean, I spend so little on food, but you'd be surprised. So I never go out to eat. I never do anything. I was talking about bread. Sometimes the Dollar Tree has, I don't know, I guess this, bread companies will make too much bread, and they'll send it to, it's not expired or anything, and it's not always close to the expiry date or anything. I mean, bread only lasts a week anyway when they make it. So no, but I guess they have too much of it and they didn't sell it, so it ends up at the Dollar Tree. And I was buying bread, but I don't eat bread. Like I told you, I don't believe in eating bread, but I would be buying it. But if I think about it, now it's $2. They upped that price. They used to charge $1.50 because everything in Canada at the Dollar Tree is $1.50. Unlike the States, I believe it's $1.25. Even though they have super Dollar Trees in the U.S. I know that they have things up to $5. We don't have that here now, at least not in any of the Dollar Trees near me. So everything is still $1.50, but they have been upping some food products to... My nose is running. I hope you can't tell. This time of year, my nose runs all the time. I buy my toilet paper in bulk. I used to buy only super ethical green recycled toilet paper. That had to stop. I can't believe I did that for so many years. I mean, I can believe I did it. But I was never making a lot of money, even when I was making when I was making more money. I never made that much money, and I never needed that much money, and it was more than I needed. And you saw, I don't know if you saw, but I used to buy a lot of toys. Used to. Like, as of 2 weeks ago, I used to buy a lot of toys. No, I've been cutting down over the past couple years. I've been trying really hard. Uh, the fact that I was feeling sick when I was in a store was very, very good. Usually I get a dopamine kind of rush because, like, what if I find that rare toy at the thrift store? What if I find that missing figurehead that I really, really wanted? Which there is the one head, one monster doll head that I can't stop thinking about that I really, really want. Will I find it? I don't know. This mustard is even bigger. Sometimes like you'll have like there's that like this is like plain yellow mustard. It's gonna taste really good on fries. But right now I am the smoky baba ganoush and the ingredients are really good in those two canned products that it is kind of special, but I mean I don't know if I should be paying that extra $2 and or $3. Let's round it up to $3 a day for that. And it's my last can I had bought. I had bought that in bulk, and it has been out of stock for a long, long time too. I think that's why I've been just gobbling that up. It used to be just a treat for me to treat myself to the baba ganoush on my potato wedges, but it had just been out of stock for months, and then they got it in stock, and I bought every can that I could get. Usually it comes in dented. I don't buy the dented cans, and usually like half the cans are dented, which is weird. But I hadn't found it, and then when the store got it, I bought like every single can that they had. And I don't know if they have any more, so I might not have that option anyway, and I shouldn't be spending that much money on food. I don't know. We'll have to look at that in a future video. Do you spend less money on the food you eat in a day? Now I feel like that I'm wasteful and eat too much food because I do gorge myself. I eat until I can't stop eating, but I've chosen unprocessed as I can afford and make and also enjoy. Like it's sustainable because potato wedges and I've noticed I used to buy discount baked goods too. I love sweet things, but I've really come to whenever I eat something, and then this is something that you can live by too. This is a truth. When we do eat something bad, we always have that guilt. Like you regret it when you eat those things that you know you shouldn't have eaten, and you really want it, and that addiction thing makes you do it. But afterwards, it doesn't feel good. But when I eat the pineapple and the oatmeal, it tastes better to me than any cookie or pie or like I love it so much, and like I add the cinnamon and ginger to it. It's really special. You don't have to cook it or anything. It's just oats, and they absorb the pineapple juice that's in the can, and it's all spicy and in the best way possible. And I would probably use blueberries, frozen blueberries with its natural juices if I gotta try that. Oh yeah, and that was a video that I wanted to try. I'll buy the organic oatmeal, the organic frozen blueberries, and I'll mix them together and see how if it'll make a raw blueberry cobbler, and see exactly if that will live up to my dream my dream food, my future possibility food, my if everything was perfect food, what I would eat. Everything is perfect though, isn't it? Isn't it though? But I don't know. The canned pineapple and the oatmeal is so delicious to me, and like I said, better than any baked good sweets that I can buy. Why am I holding the camera the whole time? Why didn't I just put it on my bed? Was there other things that I wanted to talk about? Financially wise? No. I wanted to mention that buy a shop vacuum. It's much better than they're really, really strong suction, and they're way cheaper than a normal vacuum cleaner. Do I have any other ones? I have to make sure that I buy the coconut oil. This is the container that I put for this is the stuff that I put on my hair and body. This is, I've been putting it on popcorn, I'm not sure. It's cold pressed, so that means that it's still raw, so that's important, but I'm not so sure about the coconut oil. I like how it tastes on the popcorn better than... I also have to do a video on what I eat in a day, so you can judge me and tell me if you think it's too much food, because it's a lot of food. Let me reiterate. 3 pounds of potatoes, then the 1 cup of oatmeal in that can of pineapple, the can of baba ganoush, and then after all of that, I'll have I have 2 huge bowls of popcorn. So 2 giant scoops. I'll do 1 scoop of the popcorn poppet, eat it. Then I'll do another scoop of the popcorn poppet, eat it. And then I'll do 2 heaping spoonfuls of the coconut oil on it. Even though I could probably eat the popcorn dry, it's just more fun and enjoyable to season it with. Lately, I've been putting barbecue. They don't call it barbecue seasoning, chili powder on it. And it's been kind of spicy and tasty, but I like to put onion powder on it. That's the spice that I buy for it. This is the hanger. I don't know which one. I don't know which one is the hanger. That sound, Evelyn, do you hear that? I really love that sound. The one hanger I bought is here, and I'm keeping these. These are I'm carrying them around in my backpack if I have to. I mean, there's no way that I'm carrying all of my hangers around with me. I have to switch that though, and I'm gonna have to start putting the hangers away in there, and we're gonna have to go through the clothing on Sort Sunday is tomorrow, but I think we need to tackle this, and I might tackle those boxes, even though that is a huge project, and I have to rake the leaves. But you know what? I've been thinking about that. I'm moving. Do I really have to rake the leaves? I don't know exactly when I'm moving, though. Nobody raked the leaves before I got here. I had to rake all of the leaves from years and years of the leaves piled. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do as much as I possibly can. Which it's really hard. Oh, and Jennifer, all these people leave these comments. By the time that I was talking about raking the leaves, which is like under 5 minutes, last year it was like 5 8-hour days of raking leaves to get them all. So the 5 minutes that I'm talking about raking the leaves is not going to add, even though I had half hour yesterday that I didn't have like the toys to box up or things to sort. I really wanted to clean this place up, and it's still a mess, and I haven't even made my bed yet, but because my things are beautiful, it doesn't even matter that. But I mean, this pile right here really has to be tackled. I'm probably going to look into some of that on my toy channel today, in fact. And that's to remind me about the leaves. That's my leaf raking notification. And these necklaces are still here. They have to come down, but I did add these very plasticky necklaces to my natural. This is the weird conundrum that I'm living in. Plastic and wood live happily together. What is up with that? All natural nature things. Look, there's that weird hanger that's hanging in my bathroom. I don't know what this mix of super plastic and super environmental is. I hope I made things clear. And hot chocolate. I also add hot chocolate to the food that I eat in a day. It seems to be a lot of food. However, not fat, so I guess it's not too much food. It's over. I don't know. It probably adds up to over 2,000 calories. but I guess I stay a little too active for the basic 2,000 calorie thing that people say to stay to. I wanted to get super lean and get rid of every single piece of body fat, which might actually be true right now, on me, and eat 1,500 calories a day. And maybe I was successful for maybe a week or two doing that, just having a little bit, not as many potatoes, and just a can of pineapple and a scoop of oatmeal. I was just having that for a little bit, but now I wanted to, I don't know, like holidays came and I wanted to treat myself, and so I had a little bit more, and then maybe some popcorn I added to the mix, and that's what I've been eating recently. And is that too much money? We're going to have to break that down and look. I don't like to count calories. I mean, I don't really do it anyway. I've been aware for the first time recently how much calories, like I looked into like what I eat and how much calories are in that, but I don't really know, and I don't really pay attention. And I haven't done that with my finances ever either. I just make sure that I spend as little as possible, because I don't have any other option. There's no I can't cut back anymore, because I don't do anything or go anywhere. All I do is buy the cheapest possible nutritious food, the most nutritious food for my buck. If you can think of anything that I can get for cheaper that has as much nutrients, that is as enjoyable, then be my guest. I used to just eat apples, but one bag of apples is $6. Wait a minute, maybe if I just eat 1 6-hour bag of apples a day, and that's what I eat for the day, that's probably cheaper than the oatmeal. Doesn't really add up because it's just 1 scoop. Oatmeal is really, really cheap to eat because the whole bag is $3 and there's a lot of scoops in there. We'll have to look. We got a lot of Save Saturdays ahead of us, so we'll have to really look into the actual pricing and how good I am doing, how well I'm doing with my finances. I love you. Thanks for joining me today. Are you as thrifty and frugal as I am? Do you have to watch your spending as much as I do, even though I didn't always? I mean, yes, I did. I always had to. Enough. I love you. Thanks for joining me again. I know that people can't watch the amount of content that I'm putting out recently, but I appreciate the 3 of you that actually watched the whole video. Thank you.